starting. There we go.
I see live. We are live. Hello, BDS peoples.
Hey, guys.
Bobby is faceless today, except for a nice icon with Bobby and his lovely wife, Emily.
Yeah, my webcam sucks.
Well, you know, with your wife in the picture, it makes it better.
Right.
You can tell her I said that so I can get some brownie points.
Just gonna wait a few minutes here, guys, since I just posted the link. So sorry, can you hear my chair squeaking?
Yes, it's very nice. I believe it's on a B flat. If that,
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
I need a new webcam and a new chair. I'm just falling apart over here.
Yeah, mine does pretty good.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of a squeak, but yeah, not as bad as yours. I hear it all the time. You do little updates for
yeah
for the game and stuff.
Very loud squeaking.
Hi, my name is Bobby. And I'm a professional.
Give everyone a few more minutes here. Do we have any posts on Facebook saying they can't get in or anything?
I'm not on Facebook, actually. Let me surprisingly, let me hop in there. I'll see if anybody's chatting in there too.
I have 20 people on now, so I posted in Slack and on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, it's funny. Seen by 13 people. Oh, but 20 people watching. Okay, so we got people from Slack and Facebook probably coming in. They can't really watch it on Facebook though, so I guess they'll have to come. All right, well, that works then. One place to chat. That's good.
Let me copy my link over here. Oh, that's a bad link. Facebook.
Mel Shadley says, hi, guys. Hey, Mel. Reggie Tudor, hello. Susan O'Connor, hey. Leland Bess, what's up? What up? Splish Splash. I'm not sure who Splish Splash is. Hi. Hello, Splish Splash. I could use some Splish Splash here today. It's been getting in the hundreds almost every day.
That sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, we got 25 people on here. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me get my notes up. Get this moved over here. Mike
Sheehan says, use my oh, it's probably your deep radio voice.
I don't
Bobby, use your deep radio voice. I don't really have one either. It's not early enough.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive in here. And wanted to give you guys an update on how everything's going. We got some stuff to talk about. I have some new projections to show you. So lots of good stuff here. So the first thing I want to talk about is the progress of the infected and just the progress of the gold number stuff overall. So it's taken a lot longer than we had initially hoped it would take. Even with our conservative estimates, it's still taken longer than we had hoped. We're finally getting to the point where we're extremely close to being able to release Doty, Day of the Infected, on Steam. I've been going back and forth with Steam support, making sure that the way we were doing everything with the rewards platform and our in-game browser and everything like that was compliant. And they take forever to go back and forth with. So we finally got the go-ahead that everything we're doing is in compliance. So we don't have any worries there of being shut down after we have a big launch. And then the stuff with the development in the beginning with the way servers were working, it's just been, it's standard development. You hit a roadblock, you adapt and overcome. That's what we're good at here is, we hit a roadblock and we just adapt what we're doing, overcome it, and move on. So we've hit some snags in the road with development, but we've overcome them all. And the game is coming together really nice. And for us to be ready on Steam, we're looking at the new game mode that we're developing. We'll be ready within, completely done within 2 to 3 weeks. After that, we've got about a week of making sure that we can load balance the traffic across 10, 50, 100 servers so that we can handle the big influx of concurrent users playing the game. So we're not a month away from seeing traffic in the game. We're a month away from launching on Steam. So we're still working the connections with YouTube. We've actually got, we're in talks with a YouTuber that has almost 2 million subscribers subscribers. He's a big player in the gaming YouTube area. So we are working on connections with YouTubers, and that could explode any day. Any day we could wake up and have our 18,000 Steam keys taken up, and we would have to go get more. So we are extremely close to seeing a lot of players on the game. We've reached out to about 30 YouTubers. We're in backs and forths with a couple of them. We're going to follow up with more of them. It's just a process. So you got to get a hold of them. Then you got to show them the game. Then you've got to get a build that, has enough stuff for them to do to make it worthwhile for them to do a video to get their audience interested in the game. So that's why we started coming up with this new game mode. It's a team-based game mode. So you'll have 100 players versus 100 players. It's a new map that we're working on that's laid out way better. There's points of interest that you have to capture. For anyone that plays Battlefield, you run up to the flag or the point of interest. The more teammates that you have in the area will capture the point faster. And then for any point that you have held, you get a buff, a bonus for your team as long as you're holding that. Well, what happens after you capture that point, all the zombies in the area come and try and capture that point back, plus the other team. So it's going to create a lot of action and a lot of great video moments for these YouTubers to show off to their audience. So that's what we're working on now. We're going to be releasing that in chunks on our test map right now. So we'll be able to test all these features out before we do a full-on launch on Steam. But when we launch on Steam, we want to have this game mode perfected, ready to go, so that when new players come and see the game, they're instantly jumped into this fast-paced, action-based, just packed game mode with bullets flying everywhere and people working as a team. So it's a really awesome game mode. That's really what we need right now to make sure that people want to come back every day to hop in for a half hour, an hour, play the game, and use a reward site to get the gear that they want to use in game, get their daily rewards, so on. So we have a very clear path and plan of action going forward. There's no confusion as how we're moving forward. It's just a matter of the development time it's taking to get everything ready to go. So everything with the game is poised and ready to explode. It literally could happen any day. So that's how close we are with that. I'm going to load up the game in a little bit to show you how. I can try and do it right now. Let me try and load the game up real quick and share my screen.
Uh-oh, here we go.
See if this works.
You're going to do something with your computer.
I know.
Hopefully it doesn't crash. The server goes down. YouTube goes down. No, I'm kidding.
Trying to open Steam. Where's it at?
Yeah, the reason y'all aren't seeing Bobby's face is his camera wasn't working, and then he had to reboot his computer, and we had to go through a bunch of stuff. That's why we're kind of late getting started too. So we apologize for that, but we are on and we are updating. We didn't get to do our 20-minute discuss before. We just hopped in and started talking.
Let's try to connect. Okay, here we go. So let me go ahead and share my screen. It's not going to be smooth because I'm sharing my 2K monitor here. But see that one. Let me know when you can see it here.
Yep, I can see it. While you're doing that, hello, Leland, Shelly, and Kim. Glad to have you on here. I'm practicing my streaming. Look over, see somebody. Hey, there we go.
So this
can't hear it, but we can see it.
Okay. So this is the new main menu for the game. So you can see here we've got the patch notes over here of what's new. We've got the news items being pulled into the game here. And we also have these featured videos added into the game here to where if somebody wants to watch a video, they just click the button, pops up the video. Here we've got a nice ad. And when they're done, they can just close it out. I'll tap back. If they wanted to view a news item, they just click on it. It opens up in the game, so they don't have to leave the game. Here's our news items. So here's all of our advertisements around it. They can check it out. When they're done, close it. They're right back in the game. So this is how we plan on getting such a high intake of of interaction with the game. There's also 2 buttons that are going to be right here that show if the person has claimed their free daily rewards yet, and it'll also show if they've completed their daily achievements. So if they haven't completed that stuff, there's going to be big buttons right here. When they click on it, they click on the rewards, it's going to auto log them into the site, so they don't have to do anything. It automatically logs them into the rewards platform. They're good to go. Hey, I just won a drawing.
Hey, nice. Hey, I need to go. Hey.
So they can see the achievements that they need to do. They can take care of anything they need to do. It's a full browser. And when they're done, they can close it out, right back in the game. So this is how we get people to use the platform without having to leave the game, and we can drive people. So even if somebody's not going to want to go to our website every day, we can drive them to our website by having a nice user interface here that shows the new rewards. If we have a new video for a new update, it's instant. You just click it, it automatically loads it. And this is how we're going to get so many views on our videos, our video platform that we're building out, and all of the ad revenue around it. So I'm going to show that to you guys. Let me go ahead and see. Exit. Stop screen sharing for now. I've got more stuff to show you, but I'll go ahead and stop it for now.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The user interface is going to help us a ton in getting the traffic that we need. My exit button's not working.
Yeah, the auto login stuff is really cool. I was really, I made it work, but it was like when it did work, I was like, hey, that's really cool.
Yeah,
they don't have to go through the pain of going to Steam, and then it's kind of a pain. I guess it's just a 2-click kind of deal, but.
Well, the problem is that Steam, whenever you use a new browser, makes you put in a code too. So
right.
This is huge to be able to just have them log right in with 1 click. And also in the game, they'll be able to do that too. So when they're on the spawn screen, if they're out of weapons to bring into the game, there's going to be a button that says, go get more gear.
Nice. I like that.
To keep driving people in there.
Kim asks, are the featured videos game related? They are our YouTubers that we invited in. I actually have one in there too. You can call me a YouTuber. I'm really not. But yeah, the YouTubers that we're inviting in, we're giving them access to put their videos on our website. And then, that's basically what those are. Those are the featured videos. So they'll be all Day of the Infected related. Yes.
Right. And it's the same videos. Yeah, same videos that are on the rewards platform, featured videos as well. So it's all pulled in through the same API that Mike wrote.
Right. Yeah. All the info you see on the game is the same exact info that you'll see on our site. Because we're lazy.
Easy.
We just send them. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Easy. We innovate. That's the word.
What else with the game? Everything's going great with it. Just a matter of getting the right connections in place, and then we're poised to explode. The reward site's all ready to go. We've got the weekly contests and everything in there. Once we launch, I'll talk about this in a little bit. But once we launch, we're going to do some cash prizes as well for those weekly contests to really get people interested in the game and playing every day using the reward site, so on. Let's see here. Just looking through my notes. I think that's it for the update side of things. So what we want to do now is dive into something that we want to talk to you guys about on how we're planning on funding all of the launch stuff. And then after that, I'll dive into the projection stuff and also show you some examples of some mobile game companies that we're looking to duplicate and do better, of course. So the issue that we're facing right now, and first, before I say this, don't worry, we're not going to hit you guys up for more money. You guys are good to go. We're not looking to raise money from our existing Backdoor Society audience. So you can take a sigh of relief. We're not going to be like, well, now you guys have to start paying $85 a month again, or you're out. None of that crap. So
nothing changes.
Yeah. And also with everything that we're doing, the amount of revenue that you are earning never changes. So let me just preface all of what I'm about to say, saying that it does not negatively affect you guys in any way whatsoever. So what we're looking to do is we're going to open up the gold members, the number of seats that we have, to an extra 300 at the most seats. And again, this is not going to affect you guys in any way. We are doubling the amount of revenue share that we are doing across all the projects so that the percents stay the same.
Right.
So right now, for example, my favorite content is 25%. It'll double to 50% if we sold all of the seats. So the percent is going to grow in line with how many seats we have to make sure that it doesn't affect you guys in any way. Also, these new seats do not have access to the bonus pool. So for those of you who have the bonus pool credits, those do not change whatsoever. Those are locked in. Your percent is your percent. We're not affecting that at all. This is strictly just more gold member seats. And let me talk to you guys about why we need to do this. So the amount of game servers that we're going to need to get this game up for a launch on Steam, we're talking about we can literally overnight have millions of installs on this game. So if we don't have enough servers to handle that, the queue time to get into a game is going to be forever. So my goal for launch is to be able to have enough servers to handle 10,000 concurrent players, which is on par with what Unturned is doing right now. If we have enough for 10,000 concurrent people, each server is $80 a month right now. I'm looking to see if I can get that lower, but each one's $80 a month right now. I'm going to be testing later today on that actually. But so that would be later time.
A lot of servers. A lot of money.
10,000 concurrent. Each server does 200. So that's 50 servers. Take that times $80. That's $4,000 a month that we would need for servers at launch. Yeah. So these are a few reasons why we're going and expanding this out, making sure that it doesn't negatively affect anyone. There's also the web server. So we need to load balance out the reward platform to handle all of the page views that are coming through. We want to be able to fund some really awesome contests. NVIDIA just launched a new line of their video card. It's the 2000 series. I want to get a couple of those 2080s and use those as some of the prizes because gamers will go crazy over that. Each one of those is like, I think the midline is around 700 or 800. The top line is 1100, I think, for a video card. That's crazy, I know. But so if we have a couple prizes for that for the first month, as well as cash prizes, so we need money for contests. And then we also need to cover the company expenses until the game takes off on Steam. So you got to keep in mind that most of our stuff is net 60 on when we get paid. So if we have, if we launched on October 1st for Steam, for example, we're about a month out on Steam. That means that we're not going to see revenue as a company until, what is that, December?
Yeah, December.
Is that right? December?
That'd be 60 days, right?
Yeah, so we need to make sure that Mike and I, the rest of the guys of the company here, we can eat. That's always important. This took a lot longer than we were expecting to get up and going to the point we are. Yeah. Everything is awesome. I don't want this to sound like things aren't going the way that we want. Things are definitely going the way that we want. It's just taking us longer to get to the point here. So the amount of reserves that the company has isn't enough to get us to last through December. So that's one of the main reasons we're opening this up. So we got the servers, we've got the contest, and then we just have the company expenses. So we decided that it was worth, opening up the number of seats that we have, not burdening you guys anymore, and making sure that it didn't negatively affect you in any way. I've had a lot of emails and messages when the gold numbers got cut off at the first time with friends and family that wanted in. If anyone dropped out, they wanted the seats. So we figured this would be a good way to let you guys invite friends and family if you want. If you guys want to pick up extra seats, you're more than welcome to, but I want to make sure that this is very clear that we aren't expecting you guys to pick up more seats. We don't want to burden you guys financially anymore. But if you do want more seats, you are welcome to get them. We're going to sell up to 300 seats. And however long that takes, this is just going to fund us as we get through the next few months, launching on Steam and all of that. And the thing is, if we get one of these YouTubers on board, like the one that has 2 million subscribers, we could need these servers extremely fast and get the load balancing part done. And that's just going to keep growing. So $4,000 a month is the minimum of what we're going to be paying for servers. We could easily double that, triple that, quadruple that in the next few months. And we need that money to be able to make sure that we can keep growing the game and make sure that we can support the growth that the game has seen. So is there any questions on that before I go into?
We have people, you answered the question, can we get more seats and all that. Mel asked, how large is a server? Do we buy or lease them?
We lease them, so it's a monthly cost.
Right. Yeah, we don't own them.
And the size of the server, the thing is that we could start owning them. We could buy our equipment once we get big. We could host at multiple colo facilities.
True.
But then you've got the cost of a network engineer to maintain it all. It's almost easier just to buy in the cloud. So the company we go through is DigitalOcean. That's where we're hosting all of our game servers. So
yeah, it's like renting an apartment versus a house, buying a house or something like that. It's the maintenance costs. You have to factor that in.
Right.
So, how many installs are we at right now? Leland asks.
I think the last time I checked, it was like 180. So
180.
Nothing spectacular. But again, you got to keep in mind the game mode that we have right now is just you log in and shoot zombies and players. There's no hook to it. So that's why we designed out this new game mode to make sure that people want to come back to the game. They can work with their team. There's voice communication. There's objectives that they need to complete. Each game mode is going to last 30 minutes. And then it just keeps rolling through. So the game will reset after 30 minutes. Everyone goes out and tries to capture the points again. The other thing is that zombies get harder and harder to kill as the game progresses in that 30-minute timer. So towards the end, people are just going to be trying to survive, running everywhere, trying to build up defenses in their base, trying to make sure they're not getting swarmed. So it's going to be awesome gameplay that these YouTubers and streamers want to have to show their audience, because the problem we're having right now is that there's not enough content in there for a YouTuber to go and do multiple videos on because it's the same thing over and over. So they can't really do a series on it where they could if there's actually a game mode. And we're also going to work on getting vehicles in. So this new map was fully designed out for this game mode with vehicles in mind. It's really awesome. I wish I could show it to you, but we want it to be a surprise. But James has done a fantastic job with this new map. It's really awesome. And we're going to have a day-night cycle with this new map. So one round, you could be in pitch black. The next round could be all day. The next round could be half day, half night. It could be raining. It could be foggy. So no two games are going to be the same. So I'm so excited to get this out. I want to play it myself. So
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Looking through the notes here. Yeah, I agree, Rita. So I mean, if we launched on Steam and we only had 2 servers and only 400 people could play, and we've got 1 million people trying to play, we are going to get flooded with negative reviews on Steam, and we'll never be able to recover from that. If you have a spike of negative reviews, it's so hard to overcome that on Steam, and it'll just be a horrible player experience. So we want to do this right. I want to make sure you guys understand that we take this extremely serious. We don't do anything. Half strength. We want to make sure we have a solid foundation for everything we're building out. And when I go into the projections, I'll show you why we built everything out the way we did and why it's taken longer. So I will get back into that, but we want to make sure we do this right, because you only get one first impression. And if your first impression isn't good, it's so hard to overcome that as a game. So.
Yep. Leland asked, when will we have access to stream the latest version? I'm getting ready to open my channel daily.
Yep. So this coming week, we're going to have scopes in the game.
Nice.
Ben's working on that. So we'll have a sniper scope. And then there's a few user interface stuff. And then he's going to start digging right into the new game mode. And we're going to release those new game modes in chunks. So the first thing that will be added will be teams. I'd have to look at my notes, but we're going to release them in chunks. So you'll have new content frequently to keep doing new videos on. And then once the full game mode is out and ready, that's when we'll go live on Steam. So that's the only thing we're waiting on is the new game mode, and then the load balancing aspect of getting all of the servers hooked up, ready to go. And we're ready for a flood of 10,000 people to start playing instantly.
Cool. Are we restricting people from playing or from streaming it right now though?
No, anyone can stream and play. Yeah, we got it hooked up on Twitch. So if you have a Twitch channel, you can select Day of the Infected now.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out how to get it on YouTube. They seem so roundabout. Support. The support documents that everyone links to are dead. So it's crazy. YouTube, that's Google for you. But we will get it listed on there. Yeah, it's just crazy right now. So that's that. So Mike is building out a page where, so the way this is going to work is we're selling the seats as a one-off cost. So it's going to be $510. It's the same price that you guys paid. It's the $85 a month times 6 months. So they're paying the same amount that you guys paid. It's a one-time payment. And how this will work is you guys will invite people to Backdoor Society, or if you want to create new accounts for Backdoor Society, then we'll have a page that you send them to, and that's when you make the payment, and then it automatically processes it, and then it makes you a gold member, and then you'll have access to the new gold member dashboard that you guys have access to right now. And then, yep. So Mel, it's only one-time payment. There's no monthly costs involved. It's just a one-time $510, same amount you guys paid, and then you're good to go. So what I want to do now is talk about the revenue streams that we have, and then I'll dive into my projection screen here, and then I want to show you some mobile game stuff that I want to take over. So right now, the biggest revenue streams that we have built out are my favorite content. We've got the videos, we've got the lists, and we've got the web games. So we've built out 3 different revenue streams on my favorite content that replicate a lot of the stuff that you find on OfferWall. So we have it all in-house, and we make more of the profit. We've got videos.fishing, which is awesome. That's what people are using the most right now to earn credits, is videos.fishing, because you click the link, you let it run, and you're good to go. And what's awesome about that is we've got the Play Buzz video that plays ads nonstop throughout the video. So the video.fishing is a huge one. And it's funny because how we're using it wasn't even how we originally designed it to be used.
Right.
But it's a great platform.
Yeah, that was a little side project we just threw together. That's funny.
Yeah. And then we could probably build another one around games, maybe off Gaspo or something, just to have another one that they can just leave open, you know?
Yeah.
And it could just be some game videos or something.
Hey, is everybody here signed to DNA? No, I'm kidding.
NDA?
Yeah, sorry. DNA is totally different. Hard to sign.
Yeah. And then we've got the reward site, the display ads, the video ads. And again, that's how we are. That's the big one for the bonus pool. I got to look at my numbers, but right now 20% goes to the bonus pool, 5% goes to the general pool. Right. So that's a huge one for the bonus pool. And then we've got the mobile games. I'm going to talk about this more in a minute, but the hyper casual games, and we're going to make these games go viral. So there's 2 aspects of the mobile game revenue. There's our users using the games to make credits or earn credits, and there's also the fact that when we drive 1 million installs to any game on any app store, it's going to drive it to the top of the up-and-coming games, and then we'll get all of the viral traffic playing the game as well that doesn't have anything to do with the game platform.
Big plans.
Yeah.
I like
and then we've got upcoming games. So we've got multiple games designed out that we're all going to have rewards platforms for. So I'll dive into those when I start sharing the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. A couple things I want to preface before I do this is that, again, these are projections. I try and keep them as conservative as I can. I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain every line, what it is, and then I'm going to go through different scenarios of what the player counts look like. But before I do that, let's just look through.
Yeah, well, Shelly mentioned with extra seats, do the new members receive the same payout as us? She's confused about how to promote this. Yes, they will receive the same, except for if you have a bonus pool. They will not receive any of the bonus pool. But yes, they will receive the same percentage of the revenue that you do. Hopefully that answers that.
Yeah, so for example, there's 300 gold members right now, so the revenue is divided by 300. If we had 600 seats, the revenue would be divided by 600, but we're doubling the amount that goes into that initial pool.
Right.
So
basically, as we add new members, the percentage grows to match the individual percentage, basically. So if everybody's individual percentage were like, let's say it was 0.5%. You know, everybody would get 0.5% throughout the whole thing. I don't know what the individual percentage is right now.
Right. I don't either.
But anyway, it's too much math.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. This one, I think.
I'm seeing it.
You can see it now?
It's probably kind of small, though. I don't know.
Is that pretty small, guys?
I mean, I can make it bigger. Let
me zoom in here.
If you full screen it, it looks fine.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I was hoping I could get it all to fit on one.
Yeah. That's probably pretty good. Let's see what are people saying then.
Is that pretty close?
Yeah, I think that looks a lot better.
Okay.
If everybody just full screen, I mean, I'm thinking a lot of people might be on their phone, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have this video for a replay,
That's
so
one
you guys can.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. Did I lose you, Mike?
Phone, turn it on.
There we go. Yeah, I lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my internet, love it. Or it's yours. I don't know.
Yeah, that could very well be too.
Who knows?
Okay, so here's the new projection. I'm going to go through all of the numbers here. So on the left side here, we have the player count. So these are the current games that I've got design docs for that we're, these are the future games that we're going to be building out. So when you keep these numbers in mind, make sure that you understand this isn't a short-term play here. We've got multiple games that we're designing out. The reward platform is going to be a part of all of these. So I'm going to go through the numbers here and show how it's going to progress. But just keep in mind, this is the future. These are years down the, we've got a huge play here for the games that we're designing out, and we're not going to just stop after 1 or 2 games. So that's the point I'm trying to get across. My brain's fried.
Yeah.
So the first one we have.
Basically, Dave the Infected is not our end game. I mean, it's not the end play. It's not the end of the company or whatever. We're not just going to stop working. We're going to continue doing the same thing with newer games and just increase and increase and increase. So. Right.
So this is the player count over here. So here's our different revenue streams. So these are the ones that we have right now. So we've got my favorite content. We have display ads. We've got video ads. So these two here, this is for the video platform. So what I don't have in here is lists. So I didn't really know how to break this all up because there's 3 different things on there. So what I did is I just did the video platform and the game platform because those are the 2 most popular. And I think that most people are going to use videos.fishing for their browse site requirement because it's so much easier than clicking 25 times. You literally just open it up and you're done.
True.
So that's why I didn't put the lists in there. So for videos, we're going to have ads that refresh every 60 seconds. So but what I mean here by 100 pages per visitor is that they stayed on the page for 100 minutes, which is what, an hour 40?
100 minutes, something like that. Yeah. That's right.
My brain can't do.
Dude, math. Come on. Yes.
So that's what this is. So this is based off an hour, basically an hour and a half, so you can give or take. So people will obviously leave the video platform running longer than that. It could run upwards of 8 hours. But I was conservative. So when you're looking at these numbers, these are conservative numbers based on what we're currently seeing. And the numbers that we're currently seeing, these CPMs will be higher as we get more fill rate, which comes from more page views. So again, I try and keep things as conservative as I can so we can all be greatly surprised, happy when things are triple, quadruple what we're showing here. So this is the video platform with it'd be a total number of page views. A page view in this it's basically a minute. So every my tongue is tied. So what this is 100 pages per visitor, meaning they were on there for 100 minutes. So there is a total of 10 million refreshes. So this is based off of this total players here. So I took the total page views is this number here times the pages per visitor. So that's how this number is calculated. And then the daily revenue is the CPM I'll just show you the formula. It's the CPM times the total page views divided by 1,000, because that's what the CPM is, and that's the revenue. So that's how this math works here. So for the games, the daily requirement is 20 points. You get 5 points per ad view, or gameplay. So I just put 4, meaning that somebody's going to do the very minimum required. And then so that's the total page views, daily revenue from that. This CPM is low. Just know that we're already seeing higher than this, but I just put in a lower number. Then we've got videos.fishing. So again, this is based off of time. So an average video is 5 minutes long. You have to have around 8. You browse 8 lists to get your daily requirement. So 8 times 5 is 40 pages. Here's our CPM, total page views, daily revenue. And this is based on 100,000 players on day of the affected only. For mobile games, this is another hard one because I didn't know how to calculate out the number of games that we're going to have and how many different games people would use. If we had 10 games available, how many of those 10 games would each person use on a daily basis? So this one is really just pulling numbers out of a hat because it's such an unknown. So I kept it super low. So this is assuming that that the 100,000 people play one of our games, or a total of 25 ads across all of our games per day. Here's our CPM. Here's the daily revenue. So this is another wild card here. This is the viral mobile game traffic. So when we've got a bigger player base here and we say, everyone go download this game, as soon as we launch a new game, we're going to shoot to the top of the top charts on both Google and Apple app stores, because what they look for is that viral explosion of a game. And we're going to be able to create it like clockwork, because we're going to have the player base say, go install this. It just released today. We'll get the millions of installs. And then the viral aspect of that is going to take off from being at the top of the charts. And, you know, with 100,000 players, we could easily turn that into 1 million players, like overnight. It wouldn't even, you know, I'll show you some of the proof from this company called Voodoo. With the number of installs that they're seeing on their crazy simple games, and that these are the types of games that we're going to create and allow people to use, and we're going to make them all go viral. So is all of this making sense so far before I start diving in and playing with numbers and stuff like that?
Numbers. I haven't seen anything. Justin says, are we going to be rich?
I sure hope so. That's the whole point of this.
No guarantees. We don't guarantee anything.
Yep.
Per our lawyers.
Is everyone able to see this okay? I haven't seen anyone type anything for a little bit.
Hello?
No,
I haven't seen anything since that comment. So.
How long is it delayed, do you know?
I have no idea. I remember one time way back it was about 30 seconds. So that seems kind of long, though. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, so
okay,
yeah, there we go.
Okay. Must be a delay. Susan asked, is the $431 a month based on these numbers? Yes. So let me dive into how these are calculated here. I just wanted to make sure you guys were seeing all of this and it made sense. And also you can see right here, this is 0 games. So the numbers that you're seeing right now are with 0 viral traffic. So I didn't even put this in yet. So I'll explain what this is, and then I'll start playing with some numbers here. Good point. They're on full screen, so they can't comment.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Okay, so let me dive into how these numbers are calculated. So the internet marketing strategies share of the revenue. So this is the total revenue generated. So if you can see, like, my favorite content. So here's the calculation. So the way it works is like all of our other reward platforms, where the profit percent that we build in is 30%. So internet marketing strategies is getting 30% of what we're doing here. Holy Fire Games, which is the game studio that's developing all the games, gets 70%. And the reason we're doing it like this is because we're going to have crap loads of expenses over on Holy Fire Games. And I want that to be able to cover all of that. And internet marketing strategies, I want to be a tech company where we can take this, and once we have a proof of concept with with my game company, I can take this to other developers and say, my revenue from this platform is X. Here's the number of users I have. Here's the number of total players we have in game and how many use our platform. Would you like to do this? And then we can set them up a white label version of the reward platform that we're using for all of our games. And we can take this from 1 game to 100 games to 1,000 games, and we'll make 30% on every single one of those white labels. And of course, you guys will get access to the revenue from all of the white labels, because all of the white labels are using these for earning credits. So that's how we have it set up. And then the gold member share currently is 25%. You can see that there. So it's 25% of the 30%. And then again, as we increase the number of seats that we're selling, this will change to 50%, whatever it needs to be, to make sure that it stays the same for you guys. So the only people being affected by increasing the number of seats is Internet Marketing Strategies and the revenue that it generates off these properties. Let me make that a little bigger here. So does all that make sense? I'm not used to talking so much. My throat always gives out on me. I'm a very quiet person.
While we're waiting on response, let's see. For the right price, would you sell? And if yes, would we get a share of the profits? I guess you're talking about selling the games, or there's a lot at play right now.
Right. What I can say is my passion for a long time has been to have a video game studio. So I don't see myself selling in the next 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
If at some point I want to retire, then there's that option, I guess. And I'd obviously make sure that everyone's taken care of.
Yeah, she said the company. So
I mean, Internet Marketing Strategies, I don't see us ever selling because we're a tech company.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is seriously something that we could take to a lot of games. And once it's up and running, it's no work to maintain. And we'll be making 30% off of, I mean, the amount of page views that we're going to be driving to our pages is just absolutely insane. Just with our own games, I'll show you here how these numbers change. It's going to be pretty crazy.
The beauty of the sites that we're earning money off of is that they're hands off. There's a lot of tech built into it, all in the background, that you can't tell by visiting the site, because we made it that way.
Yeah,
we made the sites as if they're just content sites, but there's a lot going on in the background, but it's all hands off. And that's what's great about it. We don't have to really update it a lot. We just send traffic to it.
Right. So the way these numbers are out right now, this is what each gold member earns. So this is what you guys would be earning right now. So if we had 100,000 players, excuse me, on Day of the Infected only, you would be making $431 a month. I might need to grab another water here in a second. 5,000 a year. So obviously that's not too exciting. So let's get into some real numbers of what we're looking to do here. And then I'll dig into these other games and talk a little bit about the design doc of how I built these out and why I'm going with these types of games. If you want to talk for a few minutes, Mike, I'm just going to run and get another water real fast because my throat is killing me.
Sure. I don't know what to talk about, but okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Bobby's getting water. Let's play a game. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I'm looking in the comments first. Yeah, the 431 is the gold members profit, or that's your share, basically, of the profit. And this, I believe, does not include the bonus pool, I believe. So he'll come back and confirm that. Bobby's is a numbers guy. I just kind of put his ideas to task. But basically, yeah, we're talking about one game right now, 100,000 active users or active players on it, and that is the low number. I believe, Martin, you asked if that was on the conservative numbers. Yes, they are the conservative numbers. When does the bonus pool kick in? That's a very good question there, Susan.
I'm back.
Hey, Bobby, when does the bonus pool kick in?
That's from the reward platform. So what I'm waiting on there is getting more content in place before I can put actual advertisements on there. So you can see all the ads on there are your guys' content. And the other thing to keep in mind with gold members is that you guys will have access to that advertising. We're going to make sure that you guys can advertise across all of our platforms. So we still have the whole ad platform to build out with that, but you guys will be able to have access to that advertising space. Right. But what we're waiting on is to get more content on the site, because if I went to an advertising company right now and said, I want to start showing ads on this site, they're going to say you don't have enough content. Right. So that's what we're waiting on. So as soon as we get that, that's when the bonus pool will start. It's off the ad revenue from the reward platform.
And actually, who was it that was going to stream? Was it Leland? Or yeah.
Yes.
So Leland, if you start streaming and put it up on YouTube, let us know. We can maybe we can hook you up with getting your videos on our site.
Yep, definitely. And we are rev sharing with the content producers. So if you have a video in our platform, we're working on a way to rev share with those content producers. So it's another bonus for people to put their content up on their channel and our channel.
So yeah, anybody's welcome to do that. So
yeah. Okay, so let's dig into some fun stuff here. Let's look at the player count. So this is 100,000 players. If we look at Unturned, which is a game that will be nowhere near what our game offers, they've got 50 million installs. Excuse me, I don't know how many active players a day they have, but at any given time, they've got around 14 to 17,000. Let me just see how many are on right now. They have, let's see, 17,000 people were playing 43 minutes ago. Nice. And it seems pretty consistent.
Yeah.
They have waves, days of the week and stuff. But if you figure that in, at any given time, they've got 17,000 people playing. I mean, that's hundreds of thousands of people playing a day. And there's not a whole lot to do in that game. I don't want to bash that game, but it's a very simple game, and we're gonna have way more content, way more things to do. It's a good game for what it is, but I just want to use it as a comparison. So if we just bump this up to 250,000 players, you can see what the numbers do. And again, this is not touching this aspect here. I'll leave that for later. So 250,000 players gets you up to 1,000 a month. And my first major milestone is 1 million players. Zeros, yeah. So here's the first milestone we have is 1 million players. That gets you up into the range where I was wanting you guys, almost 5,000 a month per account. And I guarantee we will hit this number. Once we launch on Steam, I guarantee we will see that many installs. It's a matter of keeping them entertained and keeping content coming out for them to keep coming back. Getting the installs is not the problem with Steam. It's having a fun game for them to keep coming back. So
and that's why you have to make each game unique.
Right.
Can't be the same thing over and over again.
Right.
And then the new game modes and maps that'll change and always updating.
Yep. So there's 1 million. And then I'm going to bump this up to 5 million, which 5 million would be, I'd be very happy with that if we had 5 million active players. I'd be very happy with that as a game, having 5 million.
My guess is the gold members would be happy with that too, making 21,000 a month. That's just my guess.
Probably
they might be happy with that. But so, I'll let them talk. I don't want to talk for them.
I honestly think that 5 million is a good number of active players that I know we can achieve. Especially once we have enough content in game and these YouTubers are doing videos. Can you imagine how viral a video is going to be of 3 YouTubers on call, playing the game together, running down the map with a Humvee, with one guy up top screaming as he's mowing down zombies, the other guy, swerving to run people over. I mean, the amount of viral ability, I don't know if that's a word, for this game for video is just insane.
It is now, Bobby.
Yes, viral ability. The game is just perfect for these, just like, oh my gosh, I just got that on video moments, people screaming and laughter. vehicles blowing up everywhere. It's just perfect.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 5 million is a pretty good spot. I think that we can maintain that. So I'm not gonna go above 5 million. I want to say I'm conservative with 5 million, but
that's pretty realistic.
Yeah, I really believe that we can get to the 5 million mark and stay there.
Yeah, we have 3 people that say they might be okay with the 21,000. So so good. Good.
So once we have this up and going, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the tech that we're building. So as a company, Holy Fire Games is going to be building out almost a game engine, not really a full game engine, but a voxel engine. While we're building that out for the full game mode, what it's going to allow us to do is have destructible buildings. I don't know if you guys know what voxels are, but you can look it up. A lot of games use them for destructible terrain. It allows us to have cave systems, destructible buildings that you can just like blow a hole through with a tank. You can blow the whole building up. It's just so much fun. It's crazy. So we're going to be building out our own engine to fit our own needs. And why that's important is the game Forsaken Legends that I've been working on for many years off and on. It's kind of my dream game. That needs a voxel engine. So by getting Dave the Infected up and running, we're going to perfect the technology on this one. And we're going to be able to instantly put it into Forsaken Legends, have an engine up and running, multiplayer capabilities, everything, base building systems, everything is ready to go. All we have to do is add in new content for that genre. It's a fantasy genre. So we have new content. Sorry, I keep having a drinking. So we get the new content in place, and we've already got the game platform up and going to where we can instantly start putting players on. We've got the server infrastructure in place, the load balancing in place. So we're learning a lot as we do this game to make the next game much faster development process. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 100,000 here to start getting some numbers going up here. So we've got 100,000 players on Forsaken Legends. We've got 5 million players that are still playing Dave the Infected. We're going to be growing the development team on Holy Fire Games side to keep bringing more developers so that we have teams of people working on each game. So we've got 100,000 here. Once we got that going, we could also easily afford a team for Kingdoms.io. This game concept is a mix between a tower defense and a real-time strategy game with guilds in place where it's just a game that people will play the crap out of. it's an awesome genre, a mix of genre. I've got it designed out, a lot of features already, and it's not going to be a hard game to make. So this is kind of the order that I see things being developed. So by the time we get down here, if we get 100,000 people on here, we have 500,000 people here. This mode here, or this genre here, this is what is called MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. A good example of this would be World of Warcraft. They've got like 15 million subscribers that pay $15 a month. Our game is going to be free to play with our reward platform, of course. Getting millions of players on this game, basically what I'm trying to say, is not going to be a problem. There was a game like it called Landmark, EverQuest Landmark, tons of players. The company gave up on it. A lot of the problem with these big game companies is they've got big publishers with deadlines, and they just axe products left and right. The joy of what we get to do is we're our own publisher as well as developer. So nobody can tell us when something has to be done or if we have to give up on a project. If we want to make a project, we make the project, and it's good when it's good. So this type of a game would go insanely viral very fast. So 500,000 is definitely conservative. Kingdoms.io is at 100,000 now because we're developing it out. I think I might lose my voice today. So as we develop that out, we're going to go ahead and do another one. So this is a Terraria style game that I've had in my head for a long time. If you don't know what Terraria is, it's a side-scrolling. Let me just do this. Google Images. Terraria. This is, well, it's weird. Let's see here.
Like Mario. No, I don't know.
Here we go.
You got me. I don't know that terminology. Terraria.
This is Terraria. So it's a side-scrolling game, 2D game. You can build buildings, you can explore. Well, that's a low resolution. So there's your character. So I want to build a MMORPG version of this. Terraria has sold over 11 million copies. So the genre definitely supports a game of this type. There has not been another good game that has competed with Terraria since they came out. There's been a few that tried, like Starbound, but they failed horribly with their procedural generation. It was a boring game. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about Terraria style. Again, free to play, online, guilds, player versus player battle, building massive places, things like that. So we get 100,000 players here. When we do that, we'll have 500,000 here. And we've got our WebGL games. And again, this is kind of a conglomerate of the WebGL games that I want to build. I want to have a development team that solely focuses on building out games like Slither.io, Agar.io. Simple games that people love to play. So let's just go ahead and throw 250,000 up across all of the different games. And again, this is a process. This isn't. These would not all be done next year by any means. So I mean, this is a process as we build them out. Of course, if this takes off really fast and we have the money to build out the development teams to where I can hire a team of people to work on each game, then they could be out next year. So it all depends on how fast each game grows, how many people we can hire and manage to work on these different games. So let's just say a couple years down the road, we're solid. I'll just keep the numbers reasonable here. Million. So overall, as a company, across all of our platforms, we've got 9 million players that are actively playing our game. That's what you would be looking at as a gold number. And now let's add in this viralability here. So we've got our mobile games. We're going to say that each person views 10 ads per gameplay, which is definitely reasonable. And what they're called is hyper casual games. So these are games. Just show you some images here. So that, like, these are a gameplay takes like a minute.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So I'm sure you guys have all played games like this. It's really simple games.
They're fun too. Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about when I say the mobile games that we're going to be building. And so we'll say 10 ads per visitor, which if you played those games, you get an ad like every other round. So let's throw in some games here. I want to have a team of developers that are solely pumping out these mobile games. If you look at Voodoo, these guys are a publisher as well as a developer. Just look at the number of games that they have here, and all of these games have hit the top of the asset store or the app stores.
Yeah, I recognize some of them actually.
Yeah, and you see that the rating on some of them isn't very good because they play ads way too frequently. If you look at the comments, it's all too many ads, too many ads, too many ads.
Right.
If they were smart about it and cut the number of ads in half, they would make more money because more people would play, and they would play longer. So I don't know why they do it.
We'll be in a position we don't have to.
Right. And nothing to bash this company because I'm pretty sure that they are a $1 billion company now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Some of the reports that I've seen. So the number of games. Let's throw in 10 games here. Number of players per game. This is the viral aspect of it. Not counting this is like outside people. So you can see daily we could bring in $500,000 from these games. Let me see if that number changed. Make sure my formula is right here.
I'd be good with that.
It did. Oops. Now let's take a look at how some of these player counts are in this game here. So this Flying Arrow game, 5 million plus installs.
That's crazy.
See, right here. If the app developers were not so greedy and plastered the player with ads.
And these are those little games that people will play when they're like, waiting at a doctor's office. They just look at their phone and they start playing a fun game that they can stop at any time because they're real short.
Right.
So, it's genius, honestly.
Yeah.
The simpler the better, I think. 10 million
installs. Installs. And the way that they're able to do this, and it's really smart on their part, they promote their other games inside their other games. So once they had one hit wonder, they were able to promote their other games and get the instant downloads. And what does that do? That puts them right to the top of the App Store because it creates that viral install rate, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll be able to compete with these guys easily. I mean, just look at some of these simple games here. You're skipping a rock. That's all you're doing. $1 million. What's one of the Dune was? I play this one actually. 10 million.
Oh, you jumped the. Yeah, I've seen that one actually. That second one in the list, I've seen a lot.
This one?
Yeah, Helix Jump. I think you turn the. Is that the one you turn? Yeah.
Yeah.
The ball drops. I've seen commercials with it in it. I don't know if it's them or not. 100 million. My goodness. Yeah. All right. I'm going to hop to the.
Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bump the number of players up to, let's just do 2.5 million per game. And then we're going to have a whole team of people doing these. So we have 50 games out there, 2.5 million players each. See what it does. Let me just count how many games they have. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 per row. 4 rows. So they've got about 40 games up there. So 50 games isn't unreasonable if we have a team of people doing it. And also keep in mind this is the Google Store. So they have the same games on the Apple Store and the same amount of installs. So, you know, it's double what the numbers you're seeing here are. But you can see the numbers there. Does anyone have any questions at all about any of this stuff?
The questions I've got, and I'll go in kind of order where we left off. Susan said, magic question for 1 million, 5 million is just your best guess. I guess you're talking about the numbers we just talked about. So if I'm wrong, just ask another question.
If it's these numbers over here, the 1 and 5 million over here, this is based off my personal experience with the genres. Yeah. This game, this style here, could easily be 5 million. The genre itself supports 10+ million players. So a free-to-play version with no barrier to entry launched on Steam.
And look at that monthly number for them now.
Yeah.
We just made them millionaires.
Forsaken Legends could easily see 5 million. The genre, again, supports it.
Right.
There's nothing out there like it. This one, I'm a little unsure on. I know I could hit 1 million. So gotcha. I'm not going to change that one. I don't. Sure. The genre, the tower defense genre. If we had a solid tower defense plus exploration, I mean, if you look at some of the games that are tower defense or the idle clickers, they've got 5-10 million installs. So it's not unreasonable to think that we could get 5 million here. We can do it.
Yeah.
The WebGL games, it just depends on how many we have. So I'll leave that as it depends on how many we wanted to build out.
Right. All right, so time frame. So what are we talking about? Getting to 1 million or even 500,000? That's a question by Brent Van Pelt.
So let's take this back down to.
Yes, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about the one game right now, and we'll just time frame for 1 million could be pretty quick. Like,
yeah,
that's Steam, right?
Yeah, Steam overnight we could hit 5 million. Right. Oopsie. That's not an exaggeration.
Okay.
If I wanted to do
at least 1 million by what, a month or two?
Yeah. After we launch on Steam, we'll hit the 1 million count almost instantly. Before that, we could still hit. I mean, we could easily hit 100,000. I mean, honestly, we could do it this month still. I don't think we could support it, but we could hit the numbers. Yeah. All it would take is one of these YouTubers to do video on it, and that's all it takes. So by the end of next month, we could easily be even 250,000 with just YouTube. Right. So that puts you at 1,000 a month based on current numbers.
That's awesome. That's very good. Kim asked, would the 5 million work the same way across all games you got planned? Well, we went through the numbers of that. Bobby predicts all of them about 5 million, except for what did you say? The Kingdoms IO.
The only one I'm not sure about is a WebGL game. It depends on how many
WebGLs, right? And the
how viral they go.
But yeah, we kind of answered that one, I think. So this says, can you guys do a daily/monthly playbook for members? Oh, okay. What to do on a daily basis, how to share platforms, what to share, and all that. And I saw a ditto to that question. So
yeah, that's definitely something that we need to do. I've been swamped trying to get the game features in that we need to get launched on Steam, but I need to work on some social media icons, or not icons, but graphics that you guys can share and some swipe to use. So that's definitely on me, and I'll try and get that done as soon as I can.
Canva.com, Bobby,
Yeah.
Canva.com. Also, another question from Major Hinton Jr. was, do we earn anything by referring new gold members? And if so, how much?
Not right now. We can't really do anything because all of the money that we're raising is going to go back into the project to make sure we can keep going and to cover as many servers as we can possibly do to accommodate as many people in the beginning as we can.
Right. The other part about adding members is that that's more voices that will spread the word. So that's something to think about. So
yeah, definitely.
You will earn eventually.
Right.
Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Kim's looking for a mansion in Hollywood right now.
You better off go to somewhere like Colorado or Iowa.
Don't go.
$1 million here will go a lot further than California.
Don't go to California. Hey, come to Texas. That goes a long way here.
There you
go. You had said you were confident that we would be making, quote, a ton of money, quote, before the end of this year. Has that changed?
Nope. So, I mean, if we just look here, so we've got, let's take a look at some numbers here. So it's the end of August.
But what was the million? We're talking.
Yeah, and let me just put $1 million up here.
Yeah, put $1 million in there, and then you can see. Well, that's you know how many zeros, right? Okay. I mean, $1 million, you're already making $4,000. I mean, I guess depends on what your definition of ton of money is, maybe.
Right. So for that to happen, we would launch on Steam. October 1st is my goal. I've got the Steam page almost all set up. We're working on a trailer for it. I just want that new game mode in, and then we're ready to go. If it goes faster than we're expecting, it could be the last week of September. It could be, it just depends on when it's done. I don't want to rush that. So let's say it happens on October 1st. Some of our stuff we get paid on weekly, like the video loyalty, we get paid weekly. So we could pay on that. The other stuff is net 30. Some stuff is net 45. Some is 60. So by the end of October, we could be sitting good, end of November, that sort of thing. So very soon. And
will we make 20?
And that's based off of $1 million too. I mean, when we launch on Steam, it's not really an exaggeration that we could hit. Not 25 million. Although we probably will hit that many installs, but number of active daily players, we could easily hit 22.5 million active players too, as long as we have the servers to support it. That's the big question.
There's somebody that asked, will we make $20 6 months from now? I would say no.
I would sure hope not.
Yeah, no. The answer is no. Okay, it's hot here in Texas. Yes, Reggie, it is hot here in Texas. Thank you. Yes. Mel says, can anybody tell me what 2,739 and 73 cents times 12 is? Oh, then times 30. I don't know. Okay. No.
Looks like
I'm not doing math right now. Did you just do it, Bobby?
It looks like oh, is he looking at the daily number?
I'm not sure what numbers you're looking at, so
because I have the monthly and the yearly on there.
Is that I don't remember. I don't know. I'm not sure what's the 2,739. I don't know what that came from. Something like around $1 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Probably so. Oh, you're talking about daily. I see.
Yeah.
That much daily. Yeah. Yeah, we get, yeah.
So Dave the Infected is the one that's going to take off first, and then that's what's going to fund all of these other games.
Everything else. Yeah, we're just getting set to where basically we're set to just build and build.
Right.
With no worries.
And even with 1 million players, we can make these games go viral too. So I mean, throw 10 games in there. Players
I see what Mel was doing. Mel was pointing out how much it is actually daily to get to $1 million. Yeah.
So I know these numbers are a lot, and we project a lot of big numbers, and we haven't been able to do it yet. But this whole year, we've been building on trying to build the platform scalable, trying to find something that would work. We started out with the QC rewards, then the in-play rewards, and we took that technology that we worked on and we put it into this new reward site. And it's a perfect marriage of technology and people who want to use the platform. The problem with those platforms is that everyone thought they were a scam, too good to be true, and nobody would use it. With this, you have players who trust your company because they're playing your game. There's no barrier to entry. One click, you're inside the reward platform from the game, and you want to earn those in-game items. They're gamers. They're used to this sort of a thing. There's no barriers. It's a perfect storm for all of the different technology that we built this year. And this is what we've been building up to, getting that solid base that we can build from and keep duplicating. So I'm the first one to admit that it's taken a lot longer than I wanted it to, but we're getting there.
Keep us posted on how we can boost virability. See, I told you it was a word.
It is now.
Steve Miller said it, so he even spelled it. I'm not even sure how he spelled it there. That's pretty good.
Yeah. As far as the seats go, guys, we'll get a link over to you as soon as we make sure it's working. So the way this will work is you invite people to become a Backdoor Society member. Use your referral link. That'll get them into the site, and then we'll have a link that you can send them that will allow them to pay, and that'll get them flagged as a gold member. And then they'll be able to find the Slack group. We'll probably need help getting them in the Facebook group, and then we'll just go from there.
We'll get it.
Does anyone have any questions?
Just to add to that, these spots is another account. It's another BDS account. So if I think a few of y'all had mentioned wanting to get seats, you'll have to create a new account and then go to that link, basically. And then the people you refer, and the new people will have to create an account and then go to that link. So that's how it's going to work. And then they'll do the payment, and then they'll click a button. They'll become a gold member, and then they're done.
Right. One-time payment, good to go.
Good stuff, guys. Best hangout of the year. And yep, it's hot in Texas today. We got a lot of Texans in our group. I love it.
Yep, Susan, you'll need a new email.
I don't know if they're fans of these Texans, though. I don't know. I'm sure.
The total amount is $510. It's $85 times 6 months. Same thing you guys paid. And you'll need a new email. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure it was fair. Y'all aren't paying any more unless you buy another sheet, of course.
Right.
And they're paying the same amount, and they're getting the same percentage. So nothing changes for you guys.
And all it takes for you guys to make that money back is 0 games.
While you're doing that major, yes. If you purchase 2 more, that would make 3 shares. So whatever your percentage, each payment, you'll get 3 payments. The way it works is there's a parent account, and if you get 2 more shares, look those up. We have several members that have done it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
you're breaking up.
You know what? Let me take my video off.
Okay.
Maybe that'll be better. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you start from the
sound better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was answering Major Hinton's question there. Said to make sure I have 1 membership. If I purchase 2 more, would that make 3 shares? Yes, that's 3 shares. And the way it works is that your first account will be a parent account, and then you'll create a new account, and then in that new account you can put the ID of the parent account in it, and then another account, however many accounts you want to create, basically. And you'll make those parent accounts, and then each time you get a payment, you can transfer all the payments to your parent account in 1 click. So it makes it a lot easier rather than going into, account after account after account and transferring the money. So we kind of built that in.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah.
So just to show you, what it would take for the new the new guys and you guys to make almost that money back is 100,000 players on Day of the Infected. Which, if we can't do that, I'm just gonna quit the internet because that's how much I believe in this. Yeah, if I can't get 100,000 players on a game like that on Steam free to play, then I have no business being online.
It's already a fun game, I think. I just want to win.
Yeah, I was in there with
I can't wait for that.
6 or 7 other players.
Oh, it's so much fun with that.
Yeah, that PvP video I made, I was laughing so hard. I forgot to clip a couple of the laughs out because I'd mow somebody over like a 30-second battle, and then I'd go and pick up the gear, and then I get shot in the back with a shotgun or something. I would just explode.
And then I sniped you, and then you came into my building, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this new map is really cool. I wonder, maybe I will share it. Let me give you a sneak peek. No screenshots.
Oh yes, NDA. I said it right.
Yeah, don't. I'll go and I'll show you the new level here to show you how this is going to work. But please don't take screenshots and do not share this publicly because we want this to be a surprise when we get it launched out.
Special for you guys only.
Yeah. So let me get this.
Oh, we got to remember we're going to have a replay link too. So.
Yeah.
You want to just keep this for the live people, and then we can cut it out and upload the replay, or
it'll be okay. Just be careful who you share it with, and just tell them not to share this.
Gold members only, right?
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but
yeah, especially if you're in Discord, don't share it in the.
Yeah, I'll just give you guys a really quick snippet preview of it. I won't give away all the secrets in it.
We can talk about it in Slack.
Yeah,
those are only BDS Gold.
Can you put the big player numbers back in? Yes. So if we have 5 million here down the road.
Mel just likes seeing the big numbers.
Yeah, me too. Million there. So that's that's our goal as a company, and that's a pretty good goal. I'm waiting for this.
And this is a couple years down the line too.
Right.
This is not anytime soon. This is a long-term thing.
I'm just waiting on Unity 3D to start here. I don't know if it's crapping out because I got so much stuff open. We'll see if it opens in a few minutes here while we get questions.
Martin, we're going to get you a link on how to do that. We want to make sure it's working. This is kind of something we thought of over the weekend, actually.
Yeah.
we were just discussing what we could do, different ideas, and this was I think a good strategy to do it. But we'll get a link out to you. I do have a page set up. We're just testing it. Want to make sure it works before we send it out.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. It just loaded.
Nice.
So it doesn't have the new sky in yet. So right now it's a little gloomy. So let me just.
A zombie game gloomy? No way.
So what I'll do is I won't show you a top-down view, so that way you don't know the total how the whole thing looks. We'll keep that a surprise, but I can show you.
I like the little tunnel through the rock there.
Yeah. So here's some vehicles that you guys will have access to. So this is one of the starting locations for one of the teams. So you can see that you got some nice new buildings in here from Preston. Some like basically the theme is like a log cabin type thing.
Very cool.
One second. So many screens open here.
Oh, Justin missed out on the talking about bringing more members in. Yeah, Justin, we'll post the replay link. But basically, all you need to know is that nothing's going to change for you.
Right. The percent stay the same. We increase the payout from the company to make sure that it doesn't affect you guys negatively in any way. Yeah. And actually, it benefits you guys because that's 300 more voices that can start sharing the game.
True.
Things like that. So this is one of the start areas here. Vehicles will be in soon. I really cannot wait to be driving down the road with this thing.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be up here.
It looks so fun, especially I want to be on top with the.
Yeah. We've got
might like Ed Sheeran and more on Amazon Music.
We got a case.
Alexa heard.
Alexa wants you to buy something.
She started playing music. I guess she heard me say something.
We'll have a swimming mechanism in place, so you can't go under the water, but if you want to get to this point of interest here, which is how you'll get a buff, you'll have to swim to it and be a sitting duck while you're swimming and try and capture this. Look at all the different places from the map that you can be shot from.
Oh man, yeah, you're exposed. This. Nice.
So you're pretty exposed.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Another area over here, some vehicles, a nice building.
Dead people.
Dead people everywhere.
Always nice.
I have a zombie game without dead people everywhere. But you can see the scale of the map. It feels a lot bigger. And we've got a nice military base over here. Another point of interest to capture. Control panels in here. So there's going to be tons of stuff to explore. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on in here that I'm not going to reveal. It'd be a nice surprise for you guys, but it's going to be a lot of fun if you can capture this place. See the border wall here, Trump's wall, we nicknamed it.
Nice.
We got little places to shoot out of here.
Oh, cool.
Snipers or machine gunners. We got the other starting area. You can see that the starting areas can actually see each other. So there's the other one over here.
Yep.
You can have some nice sniping battles back and forth. But again, the weather is going to change. So one map, one round, it might be foggy.
Right.
Or dark. The next map, it might be bright daylight, and you're going to be sniped from a lot further away.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's some of it. I'll leave some of the map as a secret.
Yeah. That's awesome. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Will this ever evolve into virtual reality headsets? Oh boy.
It's something that Ben has a lot of experience with. His last gig was with VR, yeah. Cool. So it's definitely something that we can look into.
That's right. VR. All right.
All right, guys. Any other questions, comments, concerns? We're going to work on this page. I got to test it, do a test payment, make sure it goes through, make sure it flags the account and everything. And then we'll get the link out to you guys. So if you want to, you can go ahead and create new accounts. If you're wanting another seat, you don't have to. If you want to invite people, you can invite people to create their Backdoor Society account. And then we will get you the link as soon as we can today to where you can purchase the seat. And then we'll go from there. And we're just going to keep plugging away. Next week, we'll have another version of the game out with scopes. I can't wait because I love sniping. And then we're going to start building out the game mode and go from there.
Cool deal.
Oh, I forgot. Somebody asked about key mapping. We have a ticket for that. You'll be able to remap every button and combination that you want. So you'll be able to have full control over your controls.
Cool.
All right.
All right. I guess that's it. Any other last minute questions? I guess we'll wait, what, 20 seconds or so?
Yeah, I don't know what the delay is here. I'll stop screen sharing.
Looks like everybody's bidding us adieu.
All righty.
All right, guys. We're excited for you, and we're excited for us, of course.
Yep, so we'll get that working here real quick, and then we'll get the links out to you guys. We appreciate all you guys' support through all this. I know it's taken a lot longer than we had wanted to, but it's all good stuff, and I'm really excited for the next few months how this is all going to play out. Oh,
there's one more question. Where are we going to pop the champagne?
Somewhere warm because it's getting cold here soon.
We have to find a place. That's a tough one. We'll get back to you. We'll post a link. I'm kidding. All right. See you later, guys.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.